What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and want stuff. I got an Arsenal inventory update to do for you guys. Tapes and vinyl this time. And this is a collection video that I have been hyping up and getting ready for many, many months now. And we're finally going to do the video about Breathing Problem Productions and their latest summer 2020 drop. But first, what we're listening to in the background. Jason KRUMER. Self-titled, absolutely fantastic power electronics, really killer 8-panel digipack, really insane artwork. The vinyl version is just as crazy too, but the CD version has some seriously sick qualities going for it. Almost an hour's worth of crazy power electronics to be heard on this particular release. Can't recommend it enough. Okay. If you're not familiar with Breathing Problem Productions, they are a label based out of Austin, Texas, and they specialize in putting out some very, very high quality music in many, many extreme sorts of formats. Most notably power electronics and death industrial, but they've also dabbled in noise rock, gore grind, black metal, punk rock, synthwave. Just any form of extreme music this label has touched, and I'm going to be talking to you about a handful of releases that were just recently included in this label's summer 2020 drop. And there's some serious heat to be had here. So 3 tapes, 2 7-inches, and 4 12-inch records. So let's get this party started with the tapes. And this first tape I'm going to show you is one of my absolute favorites of the bunch out of this entire drop. This is Capture and Exploit with Total Failure. Yeah. 2020 release from Breathing Problem Productions, and it is primarily a one-person project based out of Chicago, Illinois, and this is the second Capture and Exploit release, and I honestly feel like this is some of the best material this project has put out yet to date. It is just absolutely punishing from first song all the way to last. Very deadly noise sound manipulation, great samples, very distorted sounding vocals. You hear it on the title track, Divinity, Like the Insects They Call Us. Just some absolutely fantastic harsh noise and power electronics on this release, and I cannot get enough of it. But anyways, here's the front cover. Love the skull, love the sniper imagery on here. Track listing on the J card. Take out the J card and you have credits and information. There you see the main guy behind this project and more credits. Love this J card here. I am honored to head the fight to reclaim my country from destruction. Absolutely chaotic stuff. You see this Black Pro tape, very minimalist in presentation. This is the B-side. That is what I was listening to when I had this tape on most recently. But yeah, insane power electronics from Capture and Exploit. Go check this one out. From something harsh to something a little bit more chill now. This is Silent Shouts with Fading Shadows. Excuse me. Silent Shouts with Fading Shadows. Yeah. This is a 2020 release through Breathing Problem Productions, and I don't know too much about this project, other than the fact that it's based out of Cologne, Germany, and they play this very relaxing, minimalist sort of style of synth pop. Very chill atmosphere. Something you can instantly vibe to right away. It's a 5-track affair, and it clocks in at around 18 minutes in length, but upon listening to the 18 minutes of this EP release, you're going to be in for some absolute genuine goodness here with this Silent Shouts tape. I think it's very awesome to listen to, and I'm definitely interested to hear and know more about this particular project. But anyway, here's the front cover of the tape. Very minimalist design going on here. Track listing. Some more additional artwork. Out of the black we come, into the black we go. Pretty nice vanilla tape here. I'm sure the program repeats on both sides. That's what's blank on one side and on the other side. Super minimalist presentation that they always go for here with these tapes. But yeah, Really good synth pop from Silent Shouts with fading shadows. Go check this one out. And the last of the tapes is some very, very heavyweight stuff going on here. More to talk about with this project later. This is METRORRHAGIA with Collection 1. Yeah. If you're not familiar with METRORRHAGIA, it is a one-person project based out of Austin, Texas. And this is one of the many, many, many projects from Zach Fogel. Of course, you know Zach Fogel best for projects such as Lascivious, Postmortem Response, and most recently with projects such as Karsould, Morgtar. Just a very prolific person right now. This, I would consider Zach Fogel to be the MVP of 2020 with all the hard work that he's been putting in with releases in this year. But yeah, this tape is a compilation of pretty much a vast majority of the recorded works of METRORRHAGIA from the beginning all the way up until right now. And this is about 90 minutes of accumulated stuff to be heard throughout this entire tape, and I'm shocked they could all fit into one particular tape here. It is just absolute madness. Pitch-shifted vocals, fast blast beats, distorted riffs, crazy vocals. There's just a lot to take in with a release like this, but it's nice to have a little compilation of everything METRORRHAGIA has done up until this point, which we will also get to later on in the video. But anyway, here's the J card. A lot of great black and white photography going on here of all these corpses. Crazy stuff. More stuff on the back of the J card. Very top quality here. Comes with this little piece of paper here that has Zach Fogel on it. And a track listing of all of what is on this particular split, which I think is really, really neat. And it comes on this Black Pro tape. Blank on the B side, but there's obviously more there than meets the eye. But yeah, very killer compilation of awesome, awesome gore grind from METRORRHAGIA with Collection 1. Go check this one out. Now we got some 7-inch records to show you here, and continuing on with the fashion of gore grind and craziness, we have some demo stuff here. This is Postmortem Response with The Lingering Stench of Decomposition. Yeah, this is the debut demo from Postmortem Response. This is another project of Zach Fogel's. It's a 3-piece trio, very raw, violent gore grind going on here, fast-paced drumming, crazy vocals, solid music, done at a very, very relentless sort of speed. I recently talked about their split that they did with Born Backwards on my channel not too long ago. I would highly recommend you check that one out, but I would also recommend checking out their early demo material with The Lingering Stench of Decomposition. It is just super duper crazy all the way through and through. But anyway, here's the front cover. Uncoated stock on this jacket, very nice stuff. Back cover with track listings. Can barely make out some of the song titles on here, but they are on here. Very, very killer. And black 7-inch vinyl. Great sound quality as to be expected here. But yeah, raw gore grind from a really awesome band like Postmortem Response. Definitely check out The Lingering Stench of Decomposition. Excuse me. And the last of the 7 inches I'm going to show you is some very awesome minimalist punk from Colorado. This is Law of the Night with Serpents in Eden. Yeah. This is a 2020 release from Breathing Problem Productions. And if you're not familiar with Law of the Night, it is a one-person project based out of Colorado. If I'm not mistaken, the main guy behind this band is also a member of the band City Hunter. Now, of course, if you know City Hunter, they're that hardcore band that have those really cool horror movie aesthetics going for them. Very, very killer stuff. But this project is something completely different. It's very minimalist, artsy sort of punk rock. Think, if you will, to stuff like Raspberry Bulbs or stuff like that, but more of a punk rock nature going on here. Really, really killer music. I love the spoken word vocals. I love the energy. I love the distorted riffs. It's just very, very chaotic sounding throughout the 3 songs that are on here, with White Picket Fence, Gone with the Wind, and Night Trap. Very, very awesome songs, very well written lyrics. Really had an awesome time listening to this one. But anyway, here's the front cover. Very minimalist album cover going on here. Back cover with some more artwork and track listings. Very, very good job done here. Comes with a lyric sheet. Nice silver paper going on here. Lyrics for all the songs and credits. And comes on a standard black vinyl. Love the center labels here with the purple on there. Very, very nice. But yeah, Law of the Night has some really, really awesome musical material out, and I would highly recommend you check that out, in addition to this awesome Serpent in Eden EP. Really, really great listen, and I can't recommend this one enough. So yeah, Law of the Night, Serpent in Eden, go check this one out. And last but not least, we got some 12 inches, and this first one is of a vinyl release of a breathing problem release that came out in 2019. Yeah, this is VOLYA with It Is Too Early to Thank God. Yeah. One moment. Yeah, noise is a little bit over the top here. Sorry about that. But anyway, VOLYA is a one-person project formed by a guy by the name of Sean Dean. You may know Sean Dean best for his involvement in some projects such as Snarling Hate, Cold Sweat. This is his one-person project, and it is very much pummeling death industrial and power electronics. And I definitely think with the 7 tracks that are on here, it makes an absolute insane impact as far as the storytelling goes, as far as the audio samples, as far as the imagery that is included with this album. I think this is a really, really beautiful release, and I'm surprised I didn't get a chance to hear it last year, but I'm glad I'm making time up for it now by listening to this right now. This is some seriously top-notch death industrial electronics from VOLYA, and I cannot recommend this album enough. So anyway, here's the front cover. Glossy sleeve. Very good quality on this thing. Back cover with some more awesome photography going on here. Comes with a one-sheet. Love what this says on here. If you want peace, prepare for war. Back cover with track listing and credits. No gods, no masters. Put this back in here. And comes on a standard black vinyl. I should also point out that some of these Breathing Problem Productions releases have this typewriter sort of font on the track listings, and that's somewhat of a noticeable trait that I noticed throughout Breathing Problem Productions releases. Makes it very distinctive from the pack, but I appreciate what they do with that stuff. But yeah, if you want some hard-hitting death industrial power electronics, I would highly recommend VOLYA. It Is Too Early to Thank God. Definitely check this one out. Moving on with Crazy Death Industrial, we have some an EP release from a very, very well-known name within the genre. This is Climax Denial with Impulse. Yeah. This is originally released in 2009 through Seismic Records, and this is a 2020 reissue put out through Breathing Problem Productions. And if you're not familiar with Climax Denial, it is a one-person project based out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. And Climax Denial is a very, very notable name within harsh noise and power electronics. He's put out a very strong handful of releases throughout the last 10 plus years or so, even longer than that. And Breathing Problem Productions put out 2 reissues of the 2 particular EP releases, The Absolute Bottom and this particular release with Impulse. And this is just as crazy as anything you would expect to hear from Climax Denial in terms of the sampling, in terms of the vocal deliveries, in terms of the harshness, the usage of power electronics, just something that gets you in a mood to feel terrified. That's what it feels like listening to a Climax Denial release, and I definitely would consider this to be another really important effort in the Climax Denial discography. This guy has a lot of material worth diving into, but I would highly recommend checking out those particular 2 EPs, The Absolute Bottom and Impulse. Really, really killer stuff. But anyway, here's the front cover. Love the matte finish on this jacket. Very, very beautifully done. Track listing and information. A lust that binds, a lust for slime. There you see once again the Lady of Breathing Problem Productions. And comes on a standard black vinyl. Side A. Side B. Really, really phenomenal work going on here. But yeah, Climax Denial is awesome, and this EP is very awesome too. So yeah, Climax Denial, Impulse. Go check this one out. Next up, we have another one of my favorite releases to come from this 2020 drop, and I've been looking forward to hearing more new material ever since I first heard this project. This is Immortalist with Confinement. Yeah, this is a 2020 EP from Breathing Problem Productions, and if you're not familiar with Immortalist, it is a one-person project based out of Austin, Texas. And this project plays a very, very distinctive sort of style of music known as breakcore, very dance-heavy beats, very techno, very futuristic. And I was made aware of this project by way of the debut Immortalist album with Immortality. Absolutely amazing stuff to listen to. Almost get a bit of that dreamlike drone essence in certain parts, but then of course you get the music that's just very danceable. This is very danceable music. And this is a brand new EP release of his, and there are 3 brand new songs to hear from Immortalist on this one with Sharp, Had It Made, and Bedrock Capital. Just some seriously top-shelf music going on here with these new songs, and it shows Immortalist in top form here with this release, and I'm very much looking forward to hearing Immortalist continuing on the great things that have been going on with this particular project. The B-side also has some remixes from some very awesome and well-known names from within making DJ-style music, like DJ Speedsick and JT Whitfield doing remixes of the song Performance. Very, very neat, but the new songs sound absolutely phenomenal. So anyway, here's the front cover. Love this photography of the tank going on here. Very awesome here. Back cover, track listing and information. Comes with a 1-sheet. Yes, some very awesome newspaper collage photography going on here. It's about the guy who stole a tank, I think. Speak Louder through Superior Gunpowder. Really, really crazy visuals going on here, but that's what I love so much about Immortalist. It comes on a standard black vinyl. There you see the typewriter font on the side A and side B. Really, really awesome stuff. But yeah, if you're into breakcore, if you're into danceable sort of music, Immortalist is the project for you to be checking out with Confinement. Go check this one out. And last but most definitely not least, as far as the 12-inch records are concerned, is another one of my favorite releases. I just recently talked about the tape, but now we get to the very end of the METRORRHAGIA experience. Once again, this is METRORRHAGIA with the self-titled album. Yeah. 2020 release through Breathing Problem Productions, and this is the final release from METRORRHAGIA. When this release got announced, this was made out to be the final release of the METRORRHAGIA project. After this was released, it was going to be dissolved and no more, but be that as it may, if this is how the METRORRHAGIA project is going to come to an end, it may as well come to an end in grandiose style here, because this is one of the best gore grind albums of 2020 for sure, with no doubts whatsoever. Every single track on here is pummeling. The snare tone is phenomenal. I love the vocal deliveries. I love the riffs being executed throughout here. Songs like Dislimb Fetus Flesh Pile, Humiliated and Dismembered, Gorging on Ripened Pulverized Intestines, Exquisite Meal with a Decapitated Cadaver. This is some very genuine, true-to-the-roots gore grind going on here, and all these songs are phenomenal. Yeah, well, I don't know what else to say about this other than that this is a near-perfect album. But anyway, here's the front cover here. Love this photography. The guy with the maggots on top of his head. Very, very crazy shit. Back cover, more crazy gore artwork going on here. Love, love, love it. Comes with a one sheet of credits and information. There's also going to be a self-release CD version of this, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely keep an eye and ear out for that if you want to get a CD version. I know there was also a tape version put out not too long ago. And standard black vinyl. Side A. Side B. Very, very appropriate gore imagery on the center labels here. But yeah, fucking love this METRORRHAGIA album. If you love gore grind, true to the roots gore grind, this METRORRHAGIA album is the one for you to be checking out. And with that being said, I'm going to conclude this video. I'm going to leave you some links to some of the bands and projects I talked to you about here today. I don't know if any of these titles are still readily available physically, but if you want to, keep an eye and ear out for Analog Worship, as they carry Breathing Problem Productions titles. Some of these albums and releases are phenomenal and definitely worth looking into and owning. If you happen to have heard or own any of these releases, definitely let me know what you think about it, how you feel about it, and we can go from there. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, I'm out.